Welcome back to Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle, game number 4, where the complexity has ramped up. We've got these funky dice now that we can roll, but of course the Dark Arts cards have gotten a lot worse, and we got a couple extra villains. So let's get into it. Harry was knocked out in the last episode. He's back to full health now at 10. Ron is down to 3 health only, so not the greatest. Well, let's have Harry go first. First thing we got to do is a Dark Arts card, and it is a Game 1 card. He who must not be named. Add 1 Dark Influence to the location. Oh man, that's 3 on this first location. Halfway to taking it over. Now we have to look at our villains, and each time influence is added to a location, remove an attack from all villains. So we're going to lose an attack off Malfoy. He keeps healing himself. It's not good. Crabbe and Goyle, each time a Dark Arts event or villain card causes a hero to discard a card, lose a health. Didn't happen. Alright, let's see what Harry can do. So these are his cards. Lomorha, Firebolt, Lomorha. Wow, lots of basic cards. Well, he'll play his Firebolt, of course. Give him 1 attack, and then he'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 influence. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4 influence. So let's put the attack on Malfoy. I'm going to try to knock him out sometime. And with 4, we can get, we can get all of the top 4 cards. What is this one? Choose 1. I kind of like this one, I think. Choose 1. Gain 2 influence or search your discard pile for an item and put it in your hand. I think Harry's going to buy that card for 4 influence. Alright, that's everything spent. End of his turn. He'll discard all of his cards, drop a new hand of 5 cards, and we will replace the Hogwarts card with Reparo. Game 1, choose 1, gain 2 influence, or draw a card, costing 3. Alright, well, that went okay. This is getting a little worrisome, though. We've got 3 Dark Influence on the Quidditch World Cup location. If we get 6 on there, it's going to be taken over. We're going to go to the location number 2. And I do believe the next location we're going to draw 2 Dark Arts cards per turn. So that could get pretty nasty. Alright, over to Ron for his first turn for this episode. Alright, we're over to Ron. Oh, the evil Dark Arts card first. And it's a Game 1. It's Flipendo. Active hero loses a health and discards a card. Oh man. Ron goes from 3 health down to 2. And he's got to discard a card, which is, this is not good. Crystal Ball, Lomorha, Clean Sweep, Pigwidgeon, Birdie Bots, Flavor Beans. Well, I think he's going to discard a Lomorha. Alright, that's not good. It's not good because now we have to look at our villains. Each time we add influence to location, didn't happen. Malfoy's not going to trigger. Crabbe and Goyle again, kicking us where it hurts. Each time a Dark Arts event or villain card causes you to discard a card, that hero loses a health. Ron goes from 2 health down to 1. That is not in any way good. It's time for Ron to play cards. He only has 4. Well, he's going to start by playing the Crystal Ball. Draw 2 cards, then discard any 1 card. So he's going to draw 2 cards. 1, come on, where's Hagrid? And 2, alright, he pulls Hagrid. And discard any 1. Well, he's going to discard his Lomorha. Alright, so now he's got a pretty decent looking hand, I think. Oh, and he played the Crystal Ball, so obviously that card is played down and is not part of the discard any 1. Alright, he's gonna, should he heal or do damage? Let's see, how much damage can we do? He's going to be doing 1, 2, 3 damage. He could do a possible 4 damage, and that's going to trigger his special ability. So I'm going to do this carefully here. Oh man. Alright, how are we going to do this? Well, first we're going to play Birdie Bots Every Flavor Beans, giving him 1 influence. I'll keep track of all this. For each ally played this turn, you get 1 attack. He's going to play a Pigwidgeon, and I believe he's going to play him for 2 health. So he's going to go from 1 hit point up to 3. Then he'll play the Clean Sweep for 1 attack. Okay, which is good. And then he's going to play Hagrid. 1 attack and all heroes gain health. So Harry can't gain any health because he's 10, but Ron's going to go from 3 to 4. This is all working out pretty well. And how is this going to work now? His birdie bots, for each ally played this turn, gain 1 attack. So he played 2 allies, and he's going to gain 2 attack from that. So he now has a total of 4 attack. Trying to keep everything straight. If you assign 3 or more attack on your turn, any one hero gains 2 life. He's going to choose himself. He's going to go from 4 health up to 6. Okay, we're still not done. We are going to apply the 2 damage to Lucius Malfoy. That will knock him out. So the clean sweep says if you defeat a villain, also gain an influence. All right, I think I've done everything right, and we're going to put the other 2 damage onto Crabbe and Goyle. So good turn for Ron, really good. Wow, it's pretty exceptional. He has 2 influence to spend, which everything costs 3 or more. So end of the turn, we're going to discard his influence tokens because he can't use them. We're going to discard all of his cards, of course. He's going to drop to a new hand. And all right, end of turn. To make sure I do all the things correctly here, check the villains have the required control of location. They don't. If you assign enough damage to defeat a villain, the villain is replaced. All right, Lucius Malfoy, you're out of here. Wow, he's been a pain. I don't know if he's been as much pain as Crabbe and Goyle, but he certainly has been a pain. First villain defeated. I'm going to throw him up here in a pile. But we have to replace him, of course. And this could be worse than Lucius Malfoy. We have Tom Riddle. Oh, and I almost forgot. Before we do that, there's also all heroes gain 1 influence. So Ron then actually would have 3 influence. But that happens after, though. Right, so everyone gains an influence. So Ron's going to get an influence. He'll be able to spend it on his next turn. And so does Harry. I believe timing-wise, because we're into the end of the turn, he's not spending anything else. Remove 1 influence from the location. So one of these influences goes off the location. Oh man, the first time influence is removed from a location, each turn any one hero gains an attack. That's Harry Potter's special ability. So Harry is going to give that attack to Ron. Yeah, my head will explode in this playthrough, I'm sure. I think I've done everything right. Okay, that should take care of all of the combinations of things that are happening. And now we pull a new card for the villain, which is Tom Riddle. For each ally in hand, active hero chooses 1. Lose 2 health or discard a card. Ouch. This guy's bad for having allies in hand, and Ron has quite a few of them now. And as a reward, all heroes choose 1, gain 2 health, or search the discard pile for an ally and put it in their hand. All right, out comes Tom Riddle. And that, I'm pretty sure, is going to be the end of Ron's turn. I will leave notes, of course, if I mess things up. But I think I caught everything, covered everything off correctly. And so with that, up next, we're going to do 1 more Harry, 1 more Ron, and that will conclude our episode for today. Okay, oh my goodness, this is getting pretty rough. All right, Harry, up next, second turn of this episode. Dark Arts card, game 4. Oh my good lord, this looks terrible. Heir of Slytherin. Roll the Slytherin die. Well, this is a new card for game 4. Can roll the Slytherin die, which is the really darkish green one. And we get the lightning bolt attack symbol. What is that going to do for us? All heroes lose 1 health. All heroes lose a health. Okay, well, Harry's going to go from 10 to 9. Ron's going to go from 6 to 5. That was less deadly than I thought. This is the bad part. Tom Riddle. Oh my god. For each ally in hand, active hero chooses 1. How many allies does... All right. Harry has no allies in hand. And Ron's hand, Ron has no allies in hand. So Tom Riddle doesn't do anything. All right, that's good. And each time a Dark Arts event causes a hero to discard a card, and nobody discarded a card. So this Game 4 Dark Arts card didn't do a heck of a lot to us, which is excellent. So now it's Harry's turn. Harry had that one influence left over from the previous from Ron's turn. And now Harry has cards to play. All right, Hogwarts, a history. Choose any one of the house dice to roll. So he's going to get 1, 2, 3. He's going to get 4. He has 5 influence. So let's decide which house die he wants to roll. I think he wants to try and get an influence. So he's going to roll Gryffindor because it has 3... How these dice work, there's 3 sides have this on for Gryffindor, 3 sides have attack for Slytherin, 3 draw a card for Ravenclaw, 3 health for Hufflepuff. So that's gives you the lowdown. Then there's 1 of each other symbol on the other dice. So he's going to roll a Gryffindor die in hopes of getting an influence, because then that would give him 6, I think. And indeed, he rolls an influence, which means he gets an influence. All right. This is actually looking good. Then he's going to get 1, 2, 3, 4 more influence, and he can put an item on top of his deck if he gets it. So he's going to have a total now of, that's 4 more. He's a total of 6 influence. That is really good. But I think he's going to get this card, which is Expelliarmus. Gain 2 attack, draw a card. Very powerful. That's what Harry's going to get in his turn. That's going to cost him all 6 influence, which is okay. And he'll be drawing up a new hand. Hope I haven't messed anything up. Don't think I have. Up last for the end of this episode is going to be Ron Weasley. So let's go ahead and process his turn. All right, it's going to be Ron's turn. And I think I did something slightly messed up for Ron, and I'm going to try to fix it right now. Of course, we have to replace this card from Harry, and that's going to be a Nimbus 2001. When a villain is defeated, I believe they exit the board immediately, and you get the benefit when you do it. It's not done at the end of turn. So Ron had 2 influence, and he got a 3rd one for defeating Lucius Malfoy. So he would have had 3 influence on his turn. And so I'm actually going to use that 3 influence for him to buy Quidditch gear, which then will, of course, go into his discard pile. So it doesn't mess anything up. I fixed it. So just want to keep that in mind, that if you defeat a villain, you immediately get the reward before you replace the villain. I was kind of doing it end of turn, but when these guys are defeated, they're gone, you get the reward. Okay, Ron has an attack left over from the other turn as well, or from the one Harry gave him. Anyway, he's got an attack. He had an attack and influence. I think I've got it figured out now. I hope I have. And so it's going to be Ron's turn. All right, and I shouldn't put that out there now, but I just don't want to forget about it. All right, Dark Arts card for Ron. And it's a game 1. Petrification. All heroes lose a health and cannot draw extra cards this turn. Well, everyone loses a health. 9 down to 8. And Ron goes from 5 down to 4. Oh, and the other thing that I misread says for each ally in hand, the active hero chooses 1. I was looking at both Harry's and Ron's hand. You only look at the active player. And so right now, we're going to be doing the villains. Ron is the active player, so we don't care if Harry has allies in hand. Tom Riddle here is for active player. So Ron's hand, we already know, we looked at it, he has no allies. So this is not going to trigger. And each time a Dark Arts card causes you to discard a card, you lose a health. That didn't happen either. We just lost 1 health each. So now it's Ron's turn, and I think I got everything. And this should have been replaced. This should have been available for Harry to buy. So things got a little bit skewed out of shape. But I think I don't think it actually messed anything up. Ron still would have bought that 6 cost card down here. He wouldn't have bought that one anyway. So everything, as far as I know, I'll leave some notes if I've messed it up. is good to go. I knew this was going to get more and more complicated as the games go on. Wait till I do 5, 6, and 7. You can watch as my gray matter oozes out onto the board. All right, let's do Ron. He gets to play his cards now. Excellent. And he has that 1 attack left over, but it does not look like that's going to do him any good because he has a Lamorha. He has 5 influence and 1 attack. Do we want to start hitting Tom Riddle? Nah, let's hit Crab and Goyle. Oh, I don't know. No, he's going to hit Crab and Goyle. Now, he only applied 1 attack this time, so Ron's special ability won't trigger. He will, though, get 5 influence to spend. So we have, I think he might as well go ahead and spend all 5 on the Nimbus 2001, giving 2 attacks. If you defeat a villain, you also get 2 influence. That's a pretty darn good card. So I think Ron's going to spend all 5 on that one. And it will be now. Now it will be end of turn. So he'll discard his cards. And we're going to replace the card there. And it's an ally. Game 3 ally. Sybil Trelawney. Draw 2 cards and discard any 1 card. If you discard a spell, gain 2 influence. All right. Well, it's a pretty good ally. Again, Ron is good with allies because of a special card. And that, unless I've totally messed things up, will be the end of the episode for today. So thanks so much for watching along. This is Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle, a cooperative deck building game. So thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for your subscriptions, comments, and likes. Really appreciate it. Join me next time for another episode as we continue to do Game 4 with Harry and Ron.